So when it comes to age discrimination, I don't think it's always intentional, but it certainly is relevant. Some employers turn down older candidates due to like implicit bias, even if they're older themselves. I don't know if you've all ever experienced that, but I've seen it happen so often. And as life expectancy continues to grow, this problem is only going to affect more people. There's 4 million baby boomers that will turn 65 in 2024. That's the largest number in US history. And in fact, by 2035, there's going to be more people over the age of 65 than under the age of 18. And so
Wow.
today, I'm going to talk about actionable ways to really empower experienced rich job seekers just like yourself. So, um, I have been lovingly dubbed the Give It To You Straight career coach. Not because I share viral content that riles people up, but because I share practical advice that people don't always want to hear. So if you're a job seeker who's willing to put in about 10% more effort than what you're doing right now, we're going to get along fabulously. But if you just want to keep doing things the way you've been doing them, then you probably will fall off of this call and not want to hear anything more about it. Throughout my career, I've been an advocate for all kinds of job seekers. Like Laura was saying, back when I worked for the Department of Labor, I was a reduction force case manager where I saw a disproportionate amount of older workers be impacted by job loss. And when I ran the AAR Back to Work 50 Plus grant, I was a facilitator. So I was on the front lines of collecting data from the job seekers we served on what worked and what didn't work for experienced rich job seekers. So I eventually sold out, to be honest, to make a lot more money as a recruiter. And I saw the really good at first, and then leadership changed, and I saw the bad, and then I saw the downright unethical side of hiring, the sexism, the any isms I saw, ageism included. And so I decided to found Jolt Your Career with a clear mission to empower ambitious professionals with the confidence that they need to act purposefully in their career. Because I know firsthand how daunting a job search can be. And over the past decade, I'm beyond proud to have served thousands of job seekers and helping them achieve their version of professional success, financial stability. Um, and what you may find today is that your goal is going to be very different than the person on whatever other side of the screen that you're looking at. And that's okay. It's all about owning your story. So through this, we're going to hopefully move the needle in your job search. So at the end, go ahead and ask any questions that you have in the chat. If you come up with a question, just drop one in. Laura's going to be telling me what were the most common types of questions at the end, so I can make sure that you get everything that you came here for. So I really want to empower you with the knowledge you need to take control of what you can control, because there's so many things we can't control, but there's so much that we can control to minimize the chances of age discrimination impacting your success. So, in its simplest form, age discrimination involves treating an applicant or an employee less favorably because of his or her age. In the United States, individuals who are 40 years or older are protected by the ADE Act. That means there are currently 5 generations in the workforce protected by age discrimination laws. So Miss Diane and Mr. Irving are no longer with us, but I just wanted to use them as an example because at 109 years old, he was still working
Wow.
as a stockbroker and still very, very respected in finance. And if you know about that side of things, it's very competitive. And typically people think, oh, well, that industry isn't kind to aging. Well, he proved people wrong. And Diane, she passed away as a senator at age, I so she passed away in 2023. So she was like in her early 90s. And as a senator, you have to be reelected by the people every 6 years. That is not good job stability. That means the people voted and said, I still find you capable. I still find you able to represent me and do that well. And then there's boomers like Bill Gates, and millennial and Gen Z, right? So right now, let me rewind. Boomers make up 25% of the workforce. And according to like WealthX database, high net individuals on average are 67 years old, which makes baby boomers more likely to be billionaires than younger generations. So that means there's a lot of really successful boomers out there. There's in June of 2023, there was 226 Fortune 500 CEOs between the age of 59 and 77. So that's like boomers and towards the end of Gen X. So Gen X may feel like the forgotten generation, but people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Larry Page, Jack Dorsey, Mike Cuban, and even Snoop Dogg himself, they're all household names. And so how do we craft a brand like that? And I'm not sure if there's any other fellow millennials on there, but we're in our 40s now, or at least the older age of the millennials. Right now, there's 56 million millennials in the workforce. Korn Ferry estimates that between 5 and 11 million millennials are currently in management roles. 53% of men and 55% of women become managers before the age of 30. So that means that millennials that are 40 plus already have over a decade of people leadership experience. And so that means that saying, oh, well, I have this many years of experience isn't going to be a strong branding proposition. And we're going to get into that. You may be here today because you feel like you haven't cracked the code on having a brand like Snoop Dogg or Prince Williams or Bill Gates, or maybe you have a fantastic brand, but due to the state of it being a flat hiring market, the economy being on the rebound, and it being an election year, it's making the job search really tough. And so maybe for the first time in your life, doors aren't opening for you. Your network has gone dry, or you're just needing to find new ways to pivot in your job search because you haven't gotten the results that you've always gotten in the past. And that may be the case. So in terms of what we've all faced, microaggressions in the workplace, when we're talking about age discrimination, when we're on our job search, microaggressions feel just that much more offensive and defeating. It's very easy to feel to almost sink into a depression when people are questioning your technological proficiency or undermining your experience or overemphasizing your age or making assumptions about retirement goals. So today I'm going to challenge you. Today, I'm going to ask you to confront each and every single one of these things and find a solution on how to present yourself to mitigate the chances of someone making these assumptions. As a resume writer, I'm mitigating red flags all day long. So I'm going to show you, I'm actually using my cousin who's at retirement age, who does not have any interest in retiring. I'm using his resume as an example to show you ways that we can incorporate this. And we're going to talk a little bit about LinkedIn as well.